Hi guys, this is Dr. Pangelinen, and in this lecture I'm going to talk about the fourth skill module of the Special Olympics Young Athletes program, Trapping and Catching. At the end of this lecture, students will understand the activities in the Trapping and Catching skills module. You'll learn how to observe children's movements while they're performing the different activities of the module, and for students in groups 9 through 12, you will develop activities to build upon the skills trained in this module. The goals of this module include helping children become more proficient at trapping and catching. Trapping is when the child uses his or her body rather than his or her hands to stop a ball. Catching is when the child uses his or her hands to stop the ball that is thrown, bounced, or rolled. Both skills require that the child can track the movement of the ball with his or her eyes and eye-hand or eye-foot coordination to intercept or stop the ball. Balance and strength are also needed for these skills. The picture on the right shows all of the activities for this module. I'll go through each of these activities in terms of the goals and modifications or progressions. We will then watch videos of children doing each activity. The first activity in this module is called rolling and trapping. For this activity, the goal is to help children practice catching or stopping a ball that is rolled to them with their hands. Two children or a child and coach will sit in front of each other with their feet touching so their legs form a diamond shape. This prevents the ball from escaping during the game. They will roll a foam or slow motion ball to each other, starting first with a larger ball rolled slowly and progressing to smaller balls like tennis balls that are rolled quickly. As a child progresses, they can practice the activity while kneeling. And as they get better and better, the two children or the child and coach can move further in distance. The activity guide includes suggestions for group play. The children can sit in a circle and roll the ball to each other. To incorporate cognitive skills, they can say a word that fits the theme of the day, like an animal, color, or healthy food. Now let's watch a video of a child participating in this activity. In the video, the coach and child are sitting a little further apart from each other. A child is able to use only her hands to stop the ball and roll or push the ball back to the coach. In the second video, the coach and the athlete are squatting in front of each other. Again, the child is able to stop the ball with her hands and roll it back to the coach accurately. The second activity is called goalie drill. The goal of this activity is to practice stopping the ball with hands or the foot. For this activity, two cones are set up like a goal, and the child must stand in the goal and stop the ball from rolling into the goal. Instead of cones, a small pop-up goal, bottles, or other household objects can be used to create the goal. Let's watch a video of a child participating in this activity. In the video, the coach shows the child in blue how to crouch low and prepare for the ball. The coach gently kicks the ball towards the goal, and the child catches the ball with his hands. In the video of the second child in yellow, the child traps the ball with the bottom of her foot and kicks the ball back to the coach. The third activity is called bubble catch. It's listed as optional in the activity guide. For this activity, the coach or parent will stand in the middle of the children and will blow bubbles. The goal is for the children to practice catching the bubbles with one or two hands. Let's watch a video of two children participating in this activity. The child in blue is able to pop the bubbles by clapping them with two hands. The fourth activity is called big ball catch. The goal of this activity is for the children to practice following the ball with their eyes and preparing their arms and hands to eventually catch the ball that is dropped or tossed to them. The coach or parent will stand in front of the child and will start by holding a large slow motion ball like a beach ball above the child's head. The coach or parent will bring the ball down to the height of the child's waist and drop the ball just before it reaches the child's hands. The coach or parent will repeat this movement faster each time and eventually will drop the ball directly into the child's arms. The activity guide provides tips for observation. Coaches and parents are suggested to encourage older children or those with higher skills to model activities and support the other children. This kind of pro-social behavior promotes communication skills, leadership, and friendship amongst children. Let's watch the video of this activity. The coach starts a small distance from the child and tosses the beach ball in a gentle arc rather than dropping the ball directly into the child's arms. The child stretches his arms out at waist height and spreads his fingers wide to catch the ball. The child hugs the beach ball with his arms against his body. If you watch carefully, the child isn't actually following the movement of the ball with his eyes. He's looking at his hands. As a child improves in this skill, the coach should encourage him to only use his hands to catch the ball and to use his eyes to track the movement of the ball rather than looking at his hands. The coach can also throw the ball with less of an arc from a further distance or use a foam ball which may move faster than a beach ball. The fifth activity is called low ball catch. The goal of this activity is to encourage children to catch a ball thrown at or below their waist with their fingers pointing down. Let's watch a video of this activity. The coach waits to toss the ball until the child's hands and arms are stretched out and his fingers are spread wide and pointing down. The child's palms are facing inwards towards each other, which is another important part of prepping the arms and hands to catch. The child has no difficulty catching the ball with his hands in the second throw. It's important to note that the coach plays a big role in the child's success with trapping and catching. First, the coach can provide reminders about the ready position for the body and hands, which we've seen in several videos. Second, the coach's accuracy when throwing the ball is also critical. If the ball is thrown too hard or fast, with too little or too much of an arc, or too far or too close from the child may have more difficulty catching the ball. As I mentioned in the introductory video for the Special Olympics Young Athletes program, I provide training to coaches so that they can practice throwing and kicking balls to participants with high accuracy. The sixth activity is called high ball catch. The goal of this activity is to practice catching a ball thrown at or above chest height with the fingers pointed up. As the child improves, the coach can move further from the child or throw the ball with a bigger arc. Let's watch the video of this activity. For the first throw, the child traps the ball with his neck and head. The ball is thrown a little too fast and with a low arc, which can be difficult to catch. For the second throw, the coach throws the ball a little bit slower, and the child is able to catch the ball cleanly with his hands. His fingers are pointed up and in the correct position. The seventh activity is called bounce catch. The goal for this activity is to practice catching a bounce pass like in basketball. The coach or parent should face the child and bounce the ball so that the child can catch the ball without moving his or her feet. As the child improves, the coach can move further away or use a smaller ball. The activity guide also provides a recommendation for group play. The children can stand in a circle and bounce past the ball to each other. Let's watch a video of this activity. The first time the ball is bounced to the child, it's a little short and bounces twice before the child is able to catch it. The second time, the coach bounces the ball a little harder, which results in a higher bounce, which the child catches without any problem. The eighth activity is called circle ball. The goal of this activity is to practice passing the ball using short tosses. The activity guide provides recommendations for group play. The coach can make a game and count the number of catches or passes made without dropping the ball. Let's watch a video of children doing this activity. The child in red is encouraged to use a gentle toss to pass the ball to the coach. The coach demonstrates how to twist her body to pass the ball back to the child. Then the children twist their bodies to gently pass the ball to each other in a circle. As the children become more proficient, they can be encouraged to use gentle tosses to each other rather than passing the ball directly into each other's arms. The activity guide provides additional tips for observation. First, bubbles and beach balls and balloons have longer flight times than other balls. Using these items enables children to be successful when they are learning to catch. These items are also soft and don't hurt when catching, so this may reduce some of the children's fear when catching. It's important for the coach or parent to pick balls that are the right size for each child or approximately the right size for a group of children. The balls shouldn't be too big or too small. Sometimes trial and error is needed to figure out the right size ball as the children progress in skill. Okay, in preparation for the quiz, you should all know the goals and modifications for each of these activities. For those of you in groups 9 through 12, you can meet with your group to pick one of the activities in this module that you would like to modify for your group project. Again, you can change the equipment or instructions or rules, but the general goal of the activity should be the same as the original activity. Your task card will need to incorporate simple images and text to describe your new activity. Please make sure to follow the examples provided on Canvas. Please feel free to email me if your group would like to meet to discuss your activity in advance, or if you have any questions about the materials covered in this lecture.